Hello everyone, today we are going to be discussing if incumbent President Donald J. Trump has a chance to win the 2020 presidential election, and if so, what that would look like. So I've already outlined the safe and likely states for the Democratic and Republican side, as we are going to be focusing on more of these toss-up states right now. So we're going to start with more of the Republican toss-up states, as this is centered around Donald J. Trump, starting with Georgia. In Georgia, Donald Trump is leading by 0.6%, and his lead is expected to expand as it did before the 2016 election. So we're going to go ahead and give that to the Republicans. Moving on to a very controversial state, North Carolina. In the polls, Biden is leading by 1.7%. But in the forecast of 538, as polls are getting more narrower, they, if you look here, they give the win to Trump by 54 to 46. Now, a few days ago, it was 53 to 47, so you can see Trump's lead is expanding. So we're going to go ahead and give North Carolina to Donald Trump. Virginia, which I actually meant to give to the Democrats. Sorry, there's no way Trump is getting that. Ohio is a very controversial one. It is a Rust Belt state, but it's likely that it'll lose its Rust Belt status. In Ohio, Trump is leading 0.5%, and it's expected that will expand as it did from yesterday. So we're going to go ahead and give the Republicans, sorry, not the Democrats, we're going to give the Republicans Ohio. Now, that leaves 5 very important states, all of which Trump carried, and, Trump did not carry all of them. Wisconsin, Michigan, and Minnesota. It's likely at this point the Democrats are getting Minnesota. I actually didn't mean to characterize Pennsylvania as that. I was right. It is 5 very important states for the Trump campaign. So let's start with Florida. He's going to have to win Florida. Let's see how he's doing in Florida. He is underwater in Florida. He never led as of March 2020. He's never exactly led, but he's been very close, and then COVID hit, and it was unreachable for him. But it is getting tighter. The race is getting tighter. And I'm just going to say it out here. I don't believe he can win this state. I'm actually going to leave this as Democratic for now. We'll play with this a little bit and see how it's going to go. Arizona. Arizona has been a Republican state in the past, as I have stated in my previous videos, and Trump was leading until coronavirus hit. Then it got not very close at all, and now it is closer. So Biden has a 4.3% chance or 4.3 lead. But if we look at Arizona on the 548 forecast, it's only going to Biden by 54%. So I believe this could be attainable for Donald Trump. So let's say he does barely hang on to Arizona, which I do believe could be attainable. Now we see Wisconsin, if I could find it. Wisconsin, Joe Biden has a 6.1% lead. Again, I don't think he could carry this, so we're gonna give it to the Democrats. Michigan, 7.1. I don't think he could carry this. We are going to give it to the. We're gonna give it to the Democrats. And then Pennsylvania, which I don't think he could carry. So we're going to give that to the Democrats. So I think we've established here, I don't believe there is a pathway to victory for Donald Trump as of now. But if we saw a big spin in favor of Donald Trump, let's say we saw that, this is what the pathway to victory would be. So first of all, he'd have to keep Nebraska second. which I know we didn't focus on that much, but it is something he would have to keep. He'd have to win over Florida, though it would be a very small margin that he's winning Florida. And then he'd have to win one of these 3 Rust Belt states, the easiest of which would be either Wisconsin or Pennsylvania. So if he won Wisconsin by a small margin, that would be a victory for Donald Trump. I don't think this is attainable as Florida. In Florida, Joe Biden is up 5%. In Wisconsin, he's 6.1%. I don't think this is attainable as of now, but that is just what a victory would look like. He would have to get Florida, he would have to get Arizona, and he would have to get one of these Rust Belt states. Alternatively, if he didn't get Arizona, which honestly, if he's not getting Arizona, he's not getting any of these Rust Belt states, because he's narrowly losing in Arizona, but he's majorly losing in these Rust Belt states. Let's say Biden takes Arizona. He still has to have Florida. Florida's a must-have unless he's winning over the entire Rust Belt. If he won over the entire Rust Belt, he wouldn't need Florida, but there is absolutely no chance that is happening. So let's say he has to have Florida, narrowly takes Florida, and if Joe Biden did take Arizona, he would have to win Wisconsin, and that would put him at 559, and then he'd have to win another Rust Belt state. Or he could just win any 2 combinations, I believe, of these Rust Belt states. He could win that. Or, Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, Wisconsin and Michigan. He would just have to win one combination of those. But to be honest, if he's not winning Arizona, he is not winning any of these Rust Belt states. His best chance, honestly, I don't see any pathway to victory as of right now. As Biden is leading in all of these states. He's leading in all of them. A few of which are over a 5% margin. I believe Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Florida are all over 5% margins. And Arizona is a closer margin, 4.1%, but it is still a very it is still a very big lead for Joe Biden. So he would have to reclaim Arizona. He would have to have Florida somehow. And then he'd have to get one of the Rust Belt states. What we're seeing is the closest Rust Belt state is the closest Rust Belt state is not Michigan. It's not Pennsylvania. I believe it is actually Wisconsin. Yeah, 32 to 68. Because Pennsylvania, I believe, because Pennsylvania is not narrow at all. 30 to 70. So he has the best chance of winning Wisconsin, which would put him over the edge, and then Joe Biden would take control of these. So that is the only pathway to victory I see for President Trump, is him winning Florida, him winning Arizona, and him winning one of these 3 Rust Belt states. Right now, we're not seeing the numbers for that. It may tighten up. We may see it in the future, but I believe that is the only way Donald Trump could win the 2020 presidential election.